Hi there, and welcome back to the channel. So it's been a minute since I've been in the mix here. My daughter's in the Nutcracker every year. She just does that for fun, but it takes up, a lot of time. Like the cars are shut down and rides and going to performances and things like that. And then we lost our dog Ming, which really set me back. It was unexpected and just a total drag. And so that kind of put a damper on things a bit and made it where I wasn't making videos. But the good news is that I was at home working on my bass part for 20th Century Man, because that's the next thing obviously I'm going to do. And so I was trying to make that a little better than what I recorded last time around and getting that up and running, and also working really hard on the next song, which is a new version of the Exciter. Way better, I think. It's kind of cool. I'm actually excited about it. I'm just still tweaking it before I actually premiere the tune and start working on it. But it's getting closer and closer. I just want to make sure the verse is right. I really like the chorus. I like the intro guitar riff. I like the little solo thing. And everything else associated with it. I just want to make sure that the verse is working perfectly. And I think I'm close. Okay, so last time was the guitar parts, and I just wanted to show you how those turned out, and let you hear how those turned out. And I'm actually happy. Let me fix this real quick before. No, it's fine. I'll do it in a second. I'm actually happy about these tracks, and I think it's because I'm just starting to get consistent results, and I really I feel like the consistent results are hard earned. And it's just time in the saddle, but it's starting to feel really good to get those consistent results, because it used to seem like I would record a song and I would just hope for the best. Okay, I hope the drums are as good as last time. I don't know exactly what I did, but I just hope it works, and I hope those guitars sound just as good. Well, now I know how to make it sound the way I want it to sound. I know where to put the mics on the drums. I know not to use effects on the snare. I know not to use effects when I'm recording guitar. I know that I like it 8 inches away, blah, blah, blah. And then also execution on the actual playing is getting better, because just continuing to work on guitar. I'm not a great natural guitar player. I'm not a really very good musician, but as far as just being good at just being excellent on an instrument. But I continue to work at it and try, because that's the only way to get my songs across, is to play them. And it's rewarding to do it yourself. So I'm getting consistent results, which that part of it is very exciting. As far as these tracks go, I feel really good about it. I'm just, like I said, I'm just happy that this is such a big improvement over the first version, just sonically so much better. And Mark's suggestions really made the song work, having that call and response as opposed to just doing a call over and over again like I did the first time I did it, back when it was called Hell Yes. Okay, so I am going to go into mastering mode, and if you've watched these videos, I really think mastering mode is like the secret to this unit. It's what makes this thing work so well. Okay, so if you go to mastering mode, and that's how we're going to play back these tracks, and I highly recommend anytime you record anything, playing it back that way to get the most out of it and get the most, listening reward, especially if you're going to play it for other people. Put it in mastering mode, it'll sound so much better, and I'll talk you through it. Okay, so go to mastering mode, and you find it by hitting effect, and it's in mastering. And then the first patch is the one I always use. It's just kind of the most normal neutral patch of all of them. It's 00 plus alpha. Then when you get the next one is the input screen, make sure it says master. Otherwise, it's only going to affect the 2 tracks that you've chosen. So you want to roll it all the way till it says master. And then we're going to go down to edit. And they have a 3-band compressor here with a crossover at 50, low, highs 50. Now here's what I do. On synths I go 5, mid I go 5, and low I go 5. And that's just the beginning settings. You can always go from there, but I got that from the Zoom forum a long time ago. It was a suggestion from somebody. Just the Zoom likes 5s for some reason. On the normalizer I'm gonna roll that back to 0, and on the 3-band EQ I'm gonna go 5, 5. On the bass, mid, and treble, level 62. The dimension reso is off. The patch level is 24. The ZNR is off. I don't like noise reduction. I'm going to exit out. And then I'm going to make sure that the red fader is down, quite a bit down. I bring it all the way down to minus 20 or whatever, just to make sure you don't blow up your headphones, speakers, eardrums, whatever, because it's going to be way louder now due to that compression. All right, so and other factors, the EQ, whatnot, pumping all that EQ up, 5, whatever. That's gonna make at least the mids, or all of it. It's just gonna make it louder and bigger. Okay, so shoot, what did I do? Headphones. All right, so I'm gonna just have the headphones on so I can hear what's going on in there. But I'm gonna really quickly just play back the guitar tracks isolated, just so you can hear that they sounded good, and that yeah. So I should be able to just play all this back. I'm gonna take this. I have the bass. I'm practicing the bass, so I have that armed. I'll just turn that track off. And we'll go to the mark, which is at 3. Okay, that's the guitars. Now, let me mix the drums in and just see how everything sounds together. Obviously, the bass isn't here yet, but we can see that the guitars and the drums are syncing up. Okay, so one of the things I noticed in the mix that I think is cool is every time you end one of those riff things, a little solo bit, is to really hammer make sure the when the riff comes back in that it's turned up about maybe 2 or 3 dB to get that payoff after you have those little solos. I'll make sure like the last riff is cranked and the riff that comes after the chorus just to give that extra payoff. One of the things I learned from Albini watching him mix is when he would, every song almost, he would start to build excitement. So he would leave 3 to 4, 5 dB available, so on the fader. And as you're on your last chorus or your last verse, heading into the out, starts to slowly work that volume, that gain up. Not I guess it wouldn't be gain because it wouldn't be going past unity gain, but working that fader up to get to the very top, a little bit louder, a little bit hotter, a little bit more action, right? As you're ending. So I like to start cranking things up a little bit just to get a little hotter than it was at the beginning, because that's the natural thing that happens to a band as they play. It gets hotter and more wild, towards the end. The beginning's kind of, you're awakening from your slumber, and then as the song goes on, you get meaner and harder, and by the end, you're ready to explode. At least, that's how you could think of it in some terms, especially a song like this. So the other thing I did as far as pan EQ is I have 2 channels, because I have the 2 microphones. So I sent one left 40, right 40, and in the mix I got them 50-50. But you could do whatever. You could split them all the way out and really get that spread, the dual mono kind of spread. Also, what was the other thing? On pan EQ. So if you go to pan EQ and work your way over to the track that you're in, I've got the guitars, both guitars, so the solo guitars and the rhythm guitars, left 50, EQ high, mid, and low, all on 5, reverb send and chorus send 0, and the faders are just, they change as, throughout the song, right? Then they're on 99. And I can also go into Audacity and boost dB there to just get a more overall gain if I need to, but I don't think I'm going to need to do that. All right, so next thing, now that we hear that this worked, and there was no distortion, that's the other major thing, was just making sure that I was not peaking. I ruined a couple guitar tracks in the last song and a bass track by just not being careful with those gain levels. You really don't want to see any red, or you're screwed. Either here or here. Like if you're tracking and you see red, it's going to register, and if you see it on the master, it's definitely gone. and there's only so much you can do. You can bring the level down like on with a program, but the distortion more, unless you know how to pinpoint fix it, which a lot of people can. I just redo it, just to keep the vibe going. The natural sound of just doing something correctly instead of trying to fix it. Whenever I try to fix stuff that's not great, it just gets still not great. Might as well just make it better by executing better in the first place with the recording and with the actual performance. So everything on here sounds better, and this is what I want to continue to do. I only noticed 2 slowdown points, and they're almost at the same point. It's like there's a section of the song where both times I do it, I feel like a slight slowdown, like not too bad, just enough to let you know it's real, and it's a real human that's not great playing all the parts. All right, so hopefully everyone else is having good luck with their tracks as well, making progress, moving forward. It really feels like inching along when you have to play everything like this, but I don't have anything else going on anyway, so I enjoy it. This is what I'm doing. This is where I'm at, and I'm hoping to add a live component, get live players, and get out there this next year. Next time.